everybody, it is Margaret, Texas Gal Treasures, and welcome to another Merch Masters Tips tutorial. In this video, we will be talking all about newbie tips. So if you are a new seller or even a seasoned seller on Merch by Amazon, some of these tips may come in handy for you to be more successful with your Merch by Amazon business. So before we jump into it, make sure you go down there and hit that subscribe button with the little bell next to it so you don't miss any more of the Merch Masters tips that come up. And make sure to check out some of the others in the series and more to come. Also, if you have a tip for newbies, leave a comment down in the comment section below and make sure you check out that comment section because there's always great tips that maybe some of us didn't think of, and you can get some more ideas from checking out the discussions that are happening in the comment section. Now, I have titled this series Merch Masters Tips, and while most of these people probably wouldn't call themselves masters, I think they are. They give so much to the community and share so much knowledge and information to help people become successful that I think they're masters. And if you are interested in being included in the next Merch Masters Tips video, hang out at the end and I'll have instructions on how you can include your clip in the next Merch Masters video. So the contributors we have in this video are Glenn Zubia, Katie Patton, Chris the Thrift Shop Hustler, and me. I'll throw in my tips at the end. And I'm going to link all of their channels down in the description box below so you can make sure to go over and follow all of them on YouTube so you don't miss any of the information they put out on their channels about Merch by Amazon.
Hey everyone, Chris the Thrift Shop Hustler. We're up in the attic today to give you 3 tips for newbies on Merch by Amazon. These are 3 tips that I compiled today, thinking kind of like a little outside of the box, something a little different that, you know, something you might have not thought of. Maybe you've thought of this, maybe you've heard of this. But yeah, so let's get right into it. So number 1 for me is design what you love. And what I really mean by that is design subjects or design stuff that you're familiar with. For me, when I first started, I used to do a bunch of meme shirts and things like that. I was very familiar with the genre and with the niche. So if you have a passion, you're a collector of, I don't know, bird calls or bird collars or duck collars or something like that, do a subject that you know and basically do some of your first designs around that, because it's basically like, you know, do things that you're passionate about. It won't feel like work. It'll feel fun, you know, and it goes by the old saying, if you do what you love, you won't work a day in your life, and definitely that. So basically, my first tip for you guys is design what you love. It makes it a lot easier when you're first starting because you know the subject matter. Number 2 is do a simple font designs. I can't tell you how many times, dozens of shirts I've sold that are very simple font designs, 1-word shirts, 2-word shirts, 3-word shirts. Take a niche, something that you're familiar with, do your research. If you see that there's a trending subject or something, you can use a simple font design. You don't have to go crazy in Photoshop. You don't have to hire a designer or anything. I've sold tons of shirts that are just simple, really easy to do, simple font designs. So definitely do that. Number 3 is, and then lastly, is buy your own shirts. I know this sounds crazy. And if you're new and you're at the 10 tier, for me, I started at 25, and I guess everyone that was started this year, they set you guys with 10, which is crazy. And I think, like, you know, it's very hard to tier up to 25 if you're brand new, you don't really know what you're doing, and you're having slow sales. If you're struggling, buy your shirts. It'll help you. It'll help you tier up. You know, I think it's something like if you get 10 shirts. You'll be able to, it'll help you tier up to 25 faster. And of course, like I buy my shirts all the time. I have tons of my shirts, and you definitely want to do that. Because I mean, why design stuff that you wouldn't even wear yourself? That helps you out. And it basically goes back to the number 1 tip is design what you love. And you know, if you do what you love, you make a simple font design and then buy it. I mean, wear it. You definitely want to wear some of your shirts and stuff like that. So I'm Chris the Thrift Shop Hustler. These are my 3 tips for newbies, and we'll see you guys real soon.
Hi, my name's Katie Patton. For newbies, number 1, just get started with what you have. And you can get GIMP and Inkscape for completely free, so just download those, and even if you have to go to the library, you can still do Merch by Amazon, so just get started. Number 2, it's a numbers game, so keep uploading. And if you think you don't have time, you probably do, because the day doesn't exactly end on midnight for certain time zones. I'm in Eastern Standard Time, and I've been able to upload up until 3 a.m. Number 3, remember that you always want to have 300 DPI. This is very, very important for your t-shirts to print out correctly. So when you're creating new vectors or resizing vectors, make sure they're 300 DPI. When you're creating the template or opening the template, make sure it's 300 DPI. And when you're adding those layers into it, make sure they're all 300 DPI. It's very important.
What's up guys, Glenn with Hustler Hacks. These are the top 3 tips for merch newbies. Number 1, decide if you want to create your own designs or if you're going to be outsourcing them. If you're going to be creating your own, then you're going to want to learn PicMonkey, GIMP, Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Photoshop, learn through YouTube, or you can go on different websites like Skillshare or udemy.com and learn how to, create your own designs using these platforms and or software. If you want to outsource, you can go to sites like upwork.com, build a relationship with a graphic designer, and try to get the best price possible. But remember, you do want 100% original designs. Number 2, don't expect to make money quickly. This takes time, effort. Keep creating designs. I know you might get a little down if your first 10 designs don't sell, but remember, you're not really trying to make money in the beginning. You're trying to tier up, get to 25 and above, so you have some more design room to play with, get some more shirts uploaded, get them live, and remember, your merch account and your business will grow. Just keep on plugging away, getting some new designs. Don't worry about making money right off the bat. Number 3, don't fall in love with your very first design. Keep on going, keep adding more. You want to fill up all 10 in the very beginning. I've had some people email me, hey Glenn, I put up my first design, it's so cool, I like it, but for some reason it hasn't sold and it's been 1 day. What's going on? Remember, be patient, and just because you like the design doesn't mean that it's awesome. Keep building up designs, get all 10 of them live, and just don't fall in love with that very first one. You're going to be very disappointed if it doesn't sell, especially only after 1 day.
So, my top 3 tips for newbies would be, number 1, look at your shirts objectively. I know my first shirts were horrible, but at first I was like, this is so awesome. I've never made a shirt before. I've made a shirt now. It's up on Amazon. It's so unbelievable. Don't fall in love with your shirt. It's not your baby, it's a shirt. So you need to look at it objectively. Would you buy this if you saw it in the store? Could you really see somebody walking down the street wearing this shirt? If you answer no, then it's probably not the best design. That doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you or your ability. It's just something to work on and to practice with. My first designs were horrible. They were. But you just have to push past that and try to improve all the time. My second tip is to start looking at what people are wearing. Not to copy the ideas, but just to get an idea of layout, of graphics, what kind of topics people are wearing. When I'm sitting having lunch with my kids up at the school and the lines of students are walking by, I'm sitting there looking at all the shirts, seeing what does it look like? Is it font-based? Is it text and just graphics? Is it just a graphic? Like, what have they done with the colors? So I'm just kind of looking every time I see a shirt on people, and you'll get this way. Once you've been on merch for a while and you're looking for ideas, you will catch yourself looking at what people are wearing and what's on their shirt more than you ever have in your life. So keep an eye out about what kind of designs people are wearing. Color choices, fonts, styles of, text-based or text and graphic or just graphic. So yeah, keep an eye out on that. And then number 3 is check the trademark first. I can't tell you how many newbies have said, hey, take a look at my designs. And the first thing I do when I look at a design is I type in the trademark. So I've had to tell people that design is nice, but there's a reason there's only 2 of them up there, and it's because it's trademarked. So you've got to take it down. So save yourself a lot of time, a lot of pain, and check that trademark first. I can't also tell you how many times I have personally done that. I've just gotten on a roll and started creating designs, and then as I'm getting ready to upload, I realize, oh, I forgot to check the trademark. Go check it, and I just wasted an hour designing a shirt that I can't use. So do yourself a favor and check those trademarks first. So those are the tips that we came up with. What tips do you have for newbies? Leave a comment in the comment section down below and let us know what is your biggest tip for newbies when starting out on the Merch by Amazon platform. If you are new here, welcome. My channel is all about helping you make and save money, all while having a good time. So I'd love to have you join along. If you are interested in being included in the next Merch Masters tutorial tips videos, check out the description box down below where you'll see the upcoming topics. So what you'll do is record a 3 to 5 minute segment talking about that topic, and you can either send it to me through email or on Google Drive. Make sure in each of the clips that you send that you say who you are and what your channel is if you have a channel on YouTube. I want to thank my contributors again for taking the time to send me clips for the video. Again, follow them down below. You'll find all of their links and information so you can check out their channels on YouTube. Down in the I'm just going to put this right out there that I wrote out my three tips before I watched everybody because I really wanted to make sure that my brain was fresh and I wasn't like picking up on what they were saying. And Glenn said word for word what I wrote. Don't fall in love with it. Don't fall in love with your designs. I'm going with it. I'm going with it. I'm not stealing his idea. I had it written down right here. See? Let's do this.